Hello everyone, welcome back to Conversations with Ronins. I'm your host, Ronin, and I'm here with
AJCosmic.
And today's topic is Aftermath. So, the madness of Comic-Con just passed, and a lot of stuff has come out, a lot of some controversy, and maybe too much info has come out, and we'll be talking about that. And for this edition, since for you guys who are watching, I already did my reactions towards most of these trailers, but AJCosmic hasn't seen anything.
Mm-hmm.
So for most of this podcast, we're going to be watching trailers for superhero movies that we've seen that we're excited for. We'll see his reaction and probably see my reaction again because I'll watch these trailers 20 times a day probably, and give our thoughts about it, and then whether we agree with what one says or who knows. But first trailer of this podcast is gonna be Wonder Woman. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Steve Trevor.
You're red.
She's never seen a man in her life.
Yeah.
You have been my greatest love. Be careful, Diana. I do not deserve you.
Have you never met a man before? Or what about your father?
I had no father. I was brought to life by Zeus.
Well, that's neat.
Look at that. That's like Gladiator or Braveheart.
What age is this? Like, what time is it?
They said World War I. The lasso. Look at that block.
I can't let you do this.
Says you can't let her do this.
She's gonna do it anyway.
Look at that.
What I do is not up to you.
I love how it glows, the lasso glows. Yeah. They got the theme from Dawn of Justice, which I love. Ooh. I have the stupidest grin right now on me.
Senator Candy, I'm Steve Trevor's secretary.
What is a secretary?
I go where he tells me to go and I do what he tells me to do.
Well, where I'm from, that's called slavery.
I really like her.
Fantastic. Ladies, after you.
I do. I like her.
Oh my God, Gal Gadot. I'm sorry, but people are like confusing the hell out of me in the end. Like, you're amazing. So, okay, so you've seen this. First, we've seen the film. We saw the film, Dawn of Justice. I think we can both agree she kind of stole the show alongside Batman. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, my thoughts on it, it's really cool. It looks really good. Like, I guess the only thing I have with it is the time that it is. Like,
Why? Like,
she's fighting in World War One.
Yeah. This is the way they're doing it. They're doing it not like how Marvel does it. Like, first this, and then go boom.
Yeah.
They're setting up. They're showing origins, and it takes place before. Do you remember in Dawn of Justice when Bruce Wayne found out the picture of Earth?
Yeah, the picture.
Like, who are you? And they're like old as hell.
Mm.
What we're getting for is that the picture comes from this time. Something happened.
So it was that picture was from World War One.
1918, I believe. I'm sorry, my history is bad. Yeah. But it's cool because you don't get too many World War One movies. It's usually World War Two.
Well, because World War II is like the best one. Actually, my World War II is my favorite subject in history, like ever. World War One is like, it's there. Okay, no disrespect to any soldiers and all that whatsoever, but like, yeah, I mean, like you just kind of, I don't know.
But forget the I'm not saying forget, but mind the time hate the soldiers, her battling out. When I saw that the first time, all I can remember is that one. It's not a garage, but that one scene when Batman comes to save Martha and he's knocking out the thugs, breaking bones and slamming dudes down.
I liked it when she was like trying to hold herself off with that machine gun thing with her shield. Like that was a pretty sick scene. Also in that room when she was like fighting against all those soldiers, like at close range, I'm like, them soldiers gonna die. Another thing, is she into like killing? That's another thing. Like I'm not sure if she's into like, if she's like one to stun or one to like just like knock them out, or actually like literally like stab somebody. I don't think she'll probably be stabbing, but I do think that she'll be because she's born to be a warrior. Yeah.
So I'm assuming that her spear or whatever, that she'll be using it more to defending. Who knows? I don't know. But I think this movie will answer why the statement she said at, spoilers if you haven't seen it, Superman's funeral, when she's with Wayne, she's like, I left humanity or mankind 100 years ago because of violence or whatnot. So this movie is gonna dictate her origin, most likely, her connection to humanity, and why she made that statement. What happens in this that makes her like shut up for 100 years? Because she's a immortal. She's like a god type. Mm-hmm. Really, the only one who could top. Well, now in the movies, not the only one, but in theory, that she's the only one who can match Superman in terms of like power and whatnot.
I don't think so. I think Superman can, like, has like the power of the sun and all that stuff on the side. Like I think Superman at his top form will annihilate Wonder Woman any day. No offense to Henry Cavill or Christopher Reeve, but I'd be in Wonder Woman's ring corner if there was a fight, which I would go to. So no, they wouldn't. If they ever did fight, Superman would definitely beat her ass completely. She can't even fly. She can?
You don't remember her scream? Yeah! You remember that?
I haven't seen her, like, she can fly. I mean, I've seen the animated shows, and she should be able to fly. And she has her own little invisible jet and everything, right?
Yeah.
But, she hasn't flown in the movies, has she? I haven't seen her, not in, like, Batman or Superman, I haven't seen her fly.
Well, I mean, just the jump scenes are about it, but as far as I know, that I haven't seen any floating one up, but yeah. But in terms of that, are you excited or no?
I'm actually pretty excited to see it. Either way. Like, it'll definitely, like, just from the beginning show everything.
Okay. So that's round one. Round two is going to be footage that I am shocked that they even showed or even brought, but Justice League footage. Yeah, and they've only been shooting since April. And they actually brought footage right now, which is ballsy, in my opinion. When they announced Batman for the Batman v Superman for the first time, all they had was a logo. Then the next year was a little cutscene that I don't think it's not even the film. There's shots that are in the film, but not the full scene. And then the following year, they showed a trailer. But first year of starting filming, they're like, bam, here's some footage.
Maybe they did. So they actually said they started filming in April.
Yeah,
like this April that just passed.
Yeah, they sent journalists because people were like, boo, justice. They sent journalists to be like, look, we're lighting the tone a little bit. That way, it's more hopeful feel, which I always thought JLA would represent that. And journalists were blown away, and I think the footage that they show in this trailer was shown to them while they're filming. The journalists were on the side, and they saw this one scene being made. So yeah, so here we go. Justice League special Comic-Con footage.
There is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when people are hungry, brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night.
Bruce?
Talk.
Is that Aquaman?
believe that an enemy is coming from far away. I'm looking for warriors. This stranger. Others like him. I'm building an alliance to defend us. It's very important that I see this man. Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
He said he'll fight with us?
More or less.
More or more less?
Probably more or less.
He said no.
He said no.
Look, man, I don't know who you are, but whoever you're looking for,
Slow motion. Look at that. His eyebrows was like, what the fuck is that Batman sign?
So you're fast.
that feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Aw.
Can I keep this?
Cyborg.
Cyborg.
I heard about you. Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
I love the rock music.
Arthur Curry. I hear you can talk to fish.
This is like a well, not like like initially, but like F you if you think Aquaman is is like second degree. No, damn. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So. Okay. The one thing that captivated me was Cyborg. Actually. Okay. Like. Is it like the Cyborg, like the one from Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Cyborg.
When it was announced that he was gonna be in the cinematic version of the first team, yeah, people were like, "What? Cyborg? He's in Teen Titans. Usually he's in Teen Titans."
Yeah.
Personally, I would prefer Green Lantern or who else? Who else in the original team?
Who is gonna be Green Lantern? Who they already have a character.
They showed a logo that I haven't been able to find out, but they haven't cast anything yet. Ryan Reynolds?
No.
I'm just messing with you.
Stay Deadpool, Ryan. Stay Deadpool.
No, but it was shocking to like hear. Okay, first like wait, Cyborg's gonna be in GLA? He's supposed to be in Teen Titans. What the fuck is this? But you see that and like, man, he looks good. He looks like Cyborg. He looks like he just jumped off the animated series that I used to watch as a kid.
Like honestly, that animated series where his like arm turned into a little like beam thing. And it looked freaking. It reminded me of freaking like Metroid, like and it shot like this little Kamehameha away from the little thing.
Yeah,
that was sick, and I wish they would have probably shown him aiming it at somebody or something like that, or it coming from his arm to that little ray thing. That probably would have been pretty sick too.
Now I saw the live stream, not because they cut the trailers for the live stream, or the recordings, but when they came out, all the actors came out. Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa plays Aquaman. I forgot, Cyborg. I forgot your name, but I know you're gonna be awesome. Same thing with the guy who plays Flash, Ezra Miller. No, I remember Ezra Miller. I remember you. Ben Affleck came out, and Superman came out. Henry Cavill. Now, what I think is for Warner Brothers and DC to do is don't do the same mistake you did last time and showed us Doomsday in the trailer. Don't do that. Keep Superman dead, and then when all hell's loose and the bad guy's gonna kill everything. Boom boom. We're like,
yeah,
shit.
they showed nothing of. So it's like
it's good.
Yeah. It is really good, but like. Honestly, when I saw it, I'm like, wait, you can't have Justice League without Superman. Like, well, in my head, I was thinking, like, where the hell is he? When are they gonna like show him coming from the grave? And I'm guessing something like that might happen, where the Justice League is getting their ass kicked by somebody or something, and Superman's just gonna erupt.
And you hear the boom, 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 boom. You're like, oh, Shane's back. Just please do that.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna come out sometime in the end of the film.
And he didn't say nothing at the panel. Henry Cavill said nothing. Which is, you know, it sucks because he flew there and he didn't say anything, but at the same time, it's keeping it mystery. You know, I am dead, but don't stop believing.
Well, he's gonna come back. I mean, it's just a matter of when.
But I just hope they don't, you know, because of marketing, they have to get people, you know, in the theater and whatnot, and all that they have to show footage.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing. Nope, he won't come here until next time. Or you know what?
Boom, he might come in.
Yeah. But yeah, I am stoked. Did you like the music?
What was that song again?
I don't know, but I already got it. I'm using it when I work out. Okay. Round 3. Oh shit, I just passed it. Ooh. Now, we're gonna do a little shake off and go to the other side of superhero, which is Marvel Avenue. We're gonna watch the second trailer for Doctor Strange, which I am excited for.
Honestly, Doctor Strange, like this. All right, I remember seeing part of the first trailer, and it didn't really captivate me as much. But
this is gonna kick you in the balls, dude.
The one that I like, the one thing that I do know is that I think he might be a holder of an Infinity Stone. Probably the yellow one, right? Or something like that.
If I had to bet, I bet on the green one.
Why the green one?
Well, first of all, the yellow one, the Vision has it, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. No. What color was it?
It's green and orange I left.
It was orange then. I think he's the orange one.
Well, we'll see when it comes out, but here's trailer 2.
Doctor Strange.
His last name is Strange?
You know how the world works.
Wow.
So the accident?
What if I told you the reality you know is one of many?
This doesn't make any sense.
Not everything does. Not everything has to.
I like that.
Through the mystic arts, we harness energy and shape reality.
Inception look.
Travel great distances in an instant.
How do I get from here to there?
How did you become a doctor?
Study and practice, years of it. There's a strength.
Maybe the green
But
one.
is he ready?
That's right. The cave! Oh.
Which path you travel now, Strange? Stronger men than you have lost their way. I am dead. Remain. You died protecting this world.
Mads Mikkelsen.
I can't do this. There is no other way.
Oh, magic. Look at that.
I've spent so many years here and through time.
Bruh.
Looking.
Oh, that's so badass.
Dude, I'm already confused as all hell, like, with everything that's just going on.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
What's this? My mantra? The Wi-Fi password. We're not savages.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. Oh, I've never been excited for someone that had to have a cape as Doctor Strange.
Well, what about Batman?
But this way, Batman has to put it on. This guy who's like, you know, come to me. You guys see my reaction? You saw me flip out. You know. What about you?
Okay, like honestly, I would like to see the way he fights. I mean, I see him defend himself. I see him like making a bunch of like I see a lot of things like being altered, like reality being shapen and all that. But I want to see the way he fights. Like, what does he use spells, you know, and all that stuff. You know, like I'm not really a huge fan of Doctor Strange, but like this does look interesting. So I want to see how he fights, who he fights. It's what did the guy say? He was Death or something.
Yeah,
like that?
Death. That's not his actual.
That's not his actual like.
But he's like, you know, I am, you know, death and pain.
Like, it's like one of those things you just rant saying,
yeah,
I am your death.
Yeah.
But
that's good though.
I want to see I definitely want to see more fighting in this. I want to see like and honestly the way the world was altered, I'm all like I don't even know how I would react if I was in that situation where I'm like
he saw him. He's like
everything's just twisting.
He saw him. He's like okay. He's like okay. Where do I start?
Like is everything like an illusion or is it actually happening?
It says change your destiny. Open your mind.
Well, they're changing every freaking little thing of the world. Like, if they're actually like twisting the world, then that would like that would make them like on the level of gods.
I remember, yeah. I remember when the first season came out and everyone saw the cities coming out and then from one side going in, popping out. People were like, "Oh, it's like Inception." Didn't confuse the hell out of me. I'm like, what is wrong with Inception plus superheroes?
I don't know. Like, it looked pretty cool. Like, I want to see every how it is, you know.
And I made this a requirement for me that either the opening night or the next day after either the first time or the second time I see it, I have to watch it 3D IMAX.
So you can see those buildings just pop out at you.
Yes.
And all the little glass wall thing like shatter and just come into your face.
Yeah. I've only seen 3 other movies because I'm not a big 3D fan. I've only seen 3 other movies that made me go like, whoa, I gotta see it like that. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, which we're gonna get into Volume 2 in a little bit, in 3D IMAX. Blew me away. I saw Star Wars Episode 7, Star Destroyer or the Falcon flying, X-Wing flying, it blew my mind. Then I saw Civil War in 3D IMAX. At first it's like, okay, cool, why not? But when you get to the airport scene where they're all fighting, you're seeing hero go here, hero go there, Giant Man go from like this, Spider-Man go like this. I'm like,
no, there is only one movie in 3D that I can honestly say blew my mind for all of time. Spy Kids 3D. Yeah, that is the one film where I actually felt like it was actually coming at me. Everything else, I've literally seen a bunch of like the nowadays with the new freaking glasses. It doesn't feel like it's popping out as much anymore. It feels like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like right there, while Spy Kid's like, oh, it just passed me. Honestly, honest to God, I'm not even kidding. Like, I've seen other 3D films, and yeah, you can hear and see, oh, I can see it does pop out a little bit, but not as much as Spy Kid. Like, just in the sense of, like, it popping out at you, you know, like,
yeah.
I miss those red and blue glasses.
I remember it was like finding Holy Grail when you got those glasses. But are you excited for it? Are you gonna
Doctor Strange? You know what? It's on the list. I'm not saying it's at the very top, but it is on the list.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about films that involve teams.
Okay,
now,
so it's Marvel.
Okay. So they had a panel at Comic-Con for Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, unfortunately for us who couldn't attend it, but fortunately for the people who did attend, they show footage of it, and God bless whoever saw them because they were lucky to see it in advance. But all we know is that it doesn't take that far off from where the first one ended. Mm-hmm. I guess that how it starts off is that someone hires them to help them out with something, and more of Star-Lord's origin is going to be in the film.
Okay, because I'm not a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan either. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like them. I'm just saying like I haven't seen them. I don't know much of the details.
Yeah.
As much as he does.
Yeah.
So who's that main character guy, the one with the mask?
Yeah, that's Star-Lord, Peter Quill. That's Chris Pratt, the one with the radio.
Yeah, didn't he? I once saw like some sort of little article or something like a few months back saying that he didn't want to be that character anymore. That he actually wanted to stop acting in altogether to be with his family. Is that true or not?
I really doubt that, because up until before Guardians came out, he was just known for Parks and Recreation, and when this blew up and everyone loved it, he was an actor in demand. He came out in Jurassic World because of this. I presume, who knows? I may be wrong, but I'm willing to bet all my money that because of the success of the first Guardians, he got the role in Jurassic World, and then still because of that, he got the role in the Magnificent Seven remake, another Western movie that's coming out. And then, I mean, that movie, nobody knew who they were, and then the minute you saw, you fell in love with Groot, with Rocket, and with the whole gang.
What about Batista, the WWE wrestler?
Drax?
Yeah.
I liked Batista before that.
Yeah, I like Batista too. I started him with WWE, and then I saw him, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is he still in it?
Yeah.
He's still there.
He's one of the funniest parts of it. He's a walking thesaurus and whatnot. But yeah, are you excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, or you're like,
I haven't seen anything to captivate my attention. Like, I've only seen Guardians of the Galaxy like twice. You've seen it like 16 times.
Yeah.
But the first one was okay. It was good. I liked it. Definitely one that I'd probably see again, but not a third time. Like, after that, I'm like, I've had my fair share. They do like how Marvel did Avengers and then Avengers 2. I think I like Avengers 2 more than Avengers 1.
Really?
I think I do, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that with this Guardians of the Galaxy, I hope that the Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
the sequel is better.
Better than the original. That doesn't happen a lot. That when the sequel is usually like, the original was better. Obviously, the original one was better because that's where they decided to make a sequel from, because the original was so good. But I think that with Avengers, and even Captain America: Civil War was like the best one.
That's the third one.
Well, yeah, but still, like either way, it's another
rare.
one.
It's rare that you get that the first film is the lowest out of the three.
Yeah, that is true. The first Captain America film is, I believe, the lowest out of the three. It actually goes like in descending order. So
Civil War,
Winter Soldier, then
First
Avenger. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes with Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, I'm hoping to see more footage. Actually, a trailer maybe soon.
Okay, well, that'll conclude for Marvel films. I would, I told AJ that would we like to talk about the TV shows, but I don't want to spoil nothing for him because he still has to catch up with Daredevil and Jessica Jones. So once you see that, we'll probably do a reaction for him for Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and the Defenders. If you guys saw my reactions, yeah, I'm stoked. But staying in superheroes and going back to DC, back to the fold. Yeah, I don't know why you did that. But Suicide Squad is coming out next week.
Yes, I'm excited for that one for sure.
Now, you said you don't remember quite fully by memory that you've seen at least one?
One what?
Trailer?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a second one.
Yeah.
Is that one gonna okay, the one thing that I don't like about watching trailers, is the fact that it spoils the best parts. Like, after Deadpool was a movie that I was completely excited for, and the trailers kind of spoiled all of the good parts. Like, not all of them, but like the best parts. Some of the best parts were put in the trailers. So that's the one thing I don't like about watching, because they kind of take the fun out of the entire movie, because you're like, oh, I've already seen this part. I already know what's going to come next because I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Is this going to do the one? Is this one of those things?
I don't think so. When this one came out, it was just the same feeling as the first one. That with the first one was with the Queen song, Bohemian Rhapsody. Mm-hmm. This one has another cool song, and it keeps the same feel about it. There's no big spoiler.
Right. Well, let's watch it then.
Okay. So here we go.
Gentlemen, ladies, what if Superman had decided to fly down, rip off the roof of the White House, grab the president right out of the Oval Office? Who would have stopped him?
Suicide Squad would be able to stop Superman?
I don't know who came up with that idea.
But no, they're told to face the Joker.
I want to build a team of some very bad people who I think can do some good.
Y'all jokers must be crazy.
What?
You know what?
Yeah.
That's the deal. You disobey me, you die. Try to escape, you die. I got a boyfriend. You irritate or vex me,
I'm known to be quite vexing. I'm just forewarning you.
you die.
If they get caught, we throw them under the bus.
What a ride!
Let's play.
Come on, get some better suits?
I love this guy.
Not good. Don't forget. We're the bad guys.
She has the hammer or the big thing, whatever.
The mallet?
Yeah, mallet. Yeah. It's a hammer.
What? Is that Batman?
I was just trying to get you there. No hard feelings, right? We good.
What you having?
Beer.
Whiskey.
What am I, 12?
How about you, hot stuff?
Water.
That's a good idea, honey.
Give him any alcohol, it'll burst the entire thing into flames.
1 week. So yeah.
Okay, I did not see Superman. I mean, not Superman, Batman. Why did I say Superman? Batman. All right, that one scene where he jumped over to save Harley Quinn, I did not see that part. I did see. I think I do remember seeing the Batmobile. It does refresh the memory of seeing the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be playing Batman?
That's the same one, Ben Affleck.
Really?
Yeah. This takes place. This is part of the same, Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice. This is part of that same timeline.
So it's gonna be like within that whole time that was happening. This is happening.
I don't know. I don't know if it's before Dawn of Justice or after it. I don't know. Because they mentioned who could stop Superman, so who knows? It's probably before what happens.
Well, yeah, before
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, and yeah, before Batman vs Superman, before Dawn of Justice. So I don't know when it's. I'm pretty sure it'll let us know, right?
Yeah.
But like Ben Affleck, I'm more excited for this now more than ever. I actually did not even know. I don't read any reviews. I don't read anything at all, so I can keep like myself from like getting spoiled to like, because something like this, I'm not expecting to be there. So
I know some stuff, and I won't spoil it for you.
No.
And
I'll slap you.
And I'm happy. I'm really happy.
Okay. No spoilers whatsoever. I do not want no. There's a reason why I don't like. There's a reason why I know so little. It's on purpose. I don't do any research. So whatever I see now, that's as much as I'm gonna see, because that's as much as I want to know. I know this movie's gonna be freaking great, and I can't wait to see it.
And there's gonna be definitely movie night review for this,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna be probably jumping out of our pants. Mm-hmm. But staying within the realm, we just finished. It felt like yesterday, about 2 days ago. Killing Joke. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to know more of our thoughts about it, why not? There's another video that goes into more detail, but I loved it all the way, 360. AJ liked it to a certain point, which is the whole movie, and then the last 2 minutes he didn't like.
Pretty much. Like no, okay. It was all good. Just the ending.
The last 2 minutes.
Like the movie felt like it was supposed to go on, but they just cut it right there. That pissed me off.
But what we're gonna talk about with Killing Joke is that. First, it is a movie to watch. You should go see it.
Which one?
Killing Joke.
I did go see it.
No, but like people who are watching, it is a movie to like.
Okay,
hey,
yeah. It actually is a movie to go watch. It's actually really, really interesting. Just it will piss you off at the very end. That's all I'm gonna. It's a movie. Honestly, I'd go watch it again.
And I almost went to watch it again, but I couldn't make it. But two certain news have come out that first the money is made, Now it said it had made the budget was $3 million, right?
The budget for
Killing Joke
was
$3 million, right?
Let me see. Yeah, the budget for Killing Joke. Oh, wait,
excuse me. Because I know how much it made, but I don't want to see how much of a difference.
Okay, the budget for The Killing Joke was basically $3.5 million.
Okay, so 3.5. It has made so far from what we've seen is 4.2.
4.2. It made 4.2 million on the release date, I believe.
The first day, right?
I think this is counting it both together.
Okay.
But either way, it still made more than what it was spent on.
Yeah. So first it made its money back, and then it has a sort of a mixed review, mixed emotion. People like it, but they don't like that they threw stuff that they wouldn't agree with. So one thing that really hit home for a lot of people, not for me, and one of them specifically was Junis, who was with us at the movie review, was that there was sex scene, even though we didn't see it.
You just know they had sex.
It's implied that Batgirl and Batman had sex, and there was a lot of tension going. It makes her a woman that just sleeps with the hero and not.
She wanted to stay okay, as if it never happened and it doesn't have to mean anything. But Batman was the one who kind of got his emotions in a wrap. So I think she wanted to just move on while he just
as much as everyone has entitled to their own opinion. So I can see it from the viewpoint of that. No, they just messed up with the Batgirl, and then people. I remember Junis was saying that no, that fucks up. You know why? Because Batgirl and Nightwing are always together. In the animated series, in the comics, and the cartoons, they're always together. But what I told him, that's true, and I do remember that. I grew up with that. I actually would have loved to have been Nightwing when I was a kid, and I do agree with that. But what I was like, well, look at it from this perspective. In the movie, they don't mention Robin at all. They don't mention Nightwing. They don't mention Dick Grayson at all. It's just Batgirl and Batman. That's all I have to say about it. But Killing Joke, I wish I can get the Blu-ray right now, even though it's coming out next Monday, and I loved what they did with it. And we're gonna start wrapping things up, and the last thing we'll talk about is thoughts on movies that I saw prior to Killing Joke, and movies I'll probably be watching, I don't know about him, this week. So before Killing Joke, I went to go watch Star Trek Beyond, the third film in the trilogy. And it was amazing. I loved it. It was funny as hell. It's, in my opinion, the best out of the three. I would go Star Trek Beyond, Star Trek, and Into Darkness. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm not saying that, oh, fuck the other two. It's just, this one's, it keeps on the action-packed thrill that the other ones had. And it brought back the origins of Star Trek, which is philosophical stuff, trees and whatnot, exploration, which I dig.
I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, so I didn't go watch it. So
I really recommend it, dude. Go watch it, dude. It's pretty good.
I just can't. I don't know why. I've tried watching. I watched the first one, and I'm like,
set faces to stun. But anyway, yeah, it was an amazing film. If you guys are like, should I go watch it? Should I don't? Go watch it. And last detail of this podcast is that Nerve came out this week. I think either today or tomorrow it's coming out. And then on Friday night, Jason Bourne, Matt Damon comes back to the Bourne universe. The trailers attract me a lot for both films. Well, the Nerve one it did. For Jason Bourne, But because being it is Matt Damon and it is Bourne, I'm going to go watch it. I've been waiting for this film for a while. If you would have asked me this question maybe 6 years ago, yes, or 4 years ago, yes. But now it's 2016.
I'll go watch it just because.
Yeah. So, and I'll do a double feature movie review. So this sucked and that one sucked, or this one's okay, that one's meh. So we'll see what happens. And I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'm your host, Ronin.
AJCosmic.
And we'll see you guys next time.